Welcome to the Sideline Miami's post-game report. It's kind of hard to start anything or have any energy to talk about anything tonight after what happened during that game. QB1, after coming back in the game last week after a questionable possible concussion, but being cleared by an independent doctor and team doctors saying that he only had a back and an ankle injury, came back in and won us that game. There were questions on whether he should have played this game, being that it was such a short week, back-to-back. And in the second quarter, he was looking for the deep ball. He rolled left. The whole left side of the field was open. But trying to do too much, not aware of where he was on the field, he went back to the right. And when he went back to the right into the hands of this big beast of a man, that grabbed him, spun him around, and slammed him viciously on the back of his head. As soon as he hit the ground, the quarter kept posturing like he was having a tonic seizure right there on the field. Sad to see. I've never seen something like that. And that's where moments like this, it becomes bigger than just football. That's a man's life. Think about his parents. His mom and his dad was there. Think about his wife who's probably back home. Think about his brother, his sisters. Think about us, the fans. No one wants to see that. Everybody wants to see a good game, a competitive game. But to see that, he had to get carted off on a stretcher. His extremities wasn't even moving. The good news is, if you can say there was good news, if we have any good news to come out of this, is that when he got to the hospital, they sent word that he was able to move his extremities and he gained consciousness. And then they said he was getting discharged tonight and traveling back home to Miami with the team. That's sad. I don't know how to move through this, but we're going to try to be professional and move through this. At the end, you would hope that the Dolphins would rally, but they didn't. They lost 27-15. But you already know what to do. Stop right here. Click like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell and meet me at the Sideline Miami, at Sideline Miami on Instagram and YouTube. Prayers up for Tua. But we're going to move on with this. Hopefully they treat him with proper care and more dignity and respect. I know if the NFL was going to investigate them last week, they're not letting them off the hook this week now with what happened on the heels of what happened last week. They already put out a statement, the NFLPA, the NFL put out a statement. After the game, coach came out, head coach Mike McDaniel, and vehemently, categorically denied that this injury had anything to do with last week. He said, if I thought this had anything to do with last week, I would not have put it in the game. It would be irresponsible for me to have put him in the game knowing that he could possibly hurt himself. The outcome of any game, win or loss, did not dictate whether I would put a player's life in jeopardy. I never questioned him before, but I have to question him now. Because last week, Tua did hit his head. Nobody don't get up shaking their head like this for a back and a leg injury. You understand what I'm saying? And then to see what happened this week, that was the quarter get posturing. Instantly. Seizure. Absent seizure right there. Sad. Final score in this one, 27-15, Bengals win. As we know, Teddy ain't it. He need to go with Prendergast and drop an album or something because he can't play football. I don't like what I saw. He had good numbers, quote unquote, and the Dolphins' overall box scores and their numbers were better than last week's Bills game. But we're going to get into quickly the team stats and then the individual player stats. So the Dolphins had 378 total yards compared to the Bengals' 371 total yards. So that was good. They had 293 passing yards the Dolphins did compared to 304 for the Bengals. 85 rushing yards. Did we see a little bit of resurgence or a surge or a sighting of the Dolphins running game? Because we haven't seen it yet. And that's what we need to get going. So 85 rushing yards compared to the Bengals' 67 rushing yards. Average per play was 6.3 yards per play for the Dolphins and 5.9 for the Bengals. First down efficiency, I won't say efficiency, but first downs 20 for the game for the Dolphins, 16 for the Bengals. Third down efficiency was horrible for the Dolphins. They were 2 for 10, while the Bengals were 8 for 15. That's the difference. In such a close game, third down efficiency proved to be the difference in this game. Total plays this time was more even. Dolphins had 60 total plays, and the Bengals had 63. Sacks allowed by each team was 1. Dolphins punted 3 times. Bengals punted 4. Dolphins had a lot of penalties. 6 penalties for 41 yards, but the Bengals had 6 penalties for 74 yards. Dolphins had 2 interceptions. Time of possession for the Dolphins was 28 minutes and 25 seconds, and for the Bengals, 31 minutes and 35 seconds. If Tua was in this game, we would have won this game. But he got knocked out. Something we don't want to see. I'm sad. I feel like the season is lost. I'm not sure he should even play another game for the season. I know that's dooming my team to misery. We finally thought we had our quarterback. And to see this, but now you worry for his life. For him to get back out there ever again, that's going to take some cojones. Because I personally will be scared for him just watching. Because these defenses don't even care what happened to you, good or bad. They coming because they were coming at him. Even before he got his head hit, they dove late at his ankles. And he did like a crisscross applesauce and fell. Like they were really coming at him so hard, extra. Not even like a normal rush, extra. Knowing that he was hurt like that. I don't like it. More balanced game. Teddy, he's just not it. He just doesn't make me comfortable. You can see that the energy was taken out of the stadium because of that injury, but also you can see when Tua's not in, it's just a different feel. The Dolphins knew that Tua wasn't going to make it through this game because they had activated the third string quarterback for this game. So they had 3 active quarterbacks on the roster this game. Why would they have 3 quarterbacks active for the game if Tua was okay? Yeah. So in this game, Tua, before he went out early in the second quarter. He wasn't in there much. He was 8 for 14. Only threw 14 passes, had 8 completions. However, he had at least 3 drops. So it should be 9, 10, 11. It should be 11 for 14, and his yards should be much more. He had 3 drops. Ball hit his receivers in the hand between Waddle and Tyreek, and they dropped the ball. Tight covers, tight passes, but they still dropped the ball. But he had 110 yards in this game, 1 interception. He threw a touchdown to Chase Edmonds to answer the Bengals' touchdown on their first drive. Marched him right down the field, threw a touchdown to Edmonds on the right side back pylon in the end zone. Hit him in the hands. He popped it up, bobbled it, and dropped it as the defender hit him. So not Tua should have had another touchdown thrown, but he dropped it. He was already celebrating, Tua was, but he dropped it. It's just disappointing. Bridgewater came in, went 14 for 23 for 193, 1 TD, and 1 interception. But when it mattered most, he couldn't move the ball, and he just turned over the ball. He threw an interception. We driving to go down for the go-ahead score for the win. Threw an interception, and that was it. That was the last time we would touch the ball. Mostert seemed to be the hot hand tonight. 15 carries for 69 yards from the backfield. Edmonds 5 for 6, so that's 1.2 average. That sucks. Bridgewater ran once for 11 yards. Tyreek Hill got his numbers back up this week, we see. He had 10 receptions for 116 yards, average of 16 yards per catch. Trent Sherfield sighting. He had 4 catches for 55 yards. J-Dub took a dive, 2 for 39 yards. And we see Mike Gesicki had 2 catches for 23 yards. Good to see him there. I don't even want to look at the defensive side because they didn't show. It showed that their legs was tired. They looked tired. They were missing tackles. I don't know what happened with Xavier, but he was getting roasty-toasty again. Then they took him out. He knew he was getting roasty-toasty, so he going to come out and wrap ice and stuff around the outside of his legs so everybody could see that he hurt all that. That's why he was getting roasty-toasty. Don't play if you going to be getting roasty-toasty. I'm just saying, if you can't be healthy enough to stay in front of your man, don't play. Because we dependent on you. And what you put on tape is still what you put on tape. You feel me? So, don't do that. Like, you got Royce Toasty. Jalen Phillips is the 1 sack, had the 1 sack, and that's his first sack for the year. So, what Burrow did, Burrow was 20 for 31 for 287. Tyler Boyd had to throw 2. 1 pass for a big critical play in the game, 23-yard first down to Tyler Boyd on 3rd and long. It was 3rd and 11. He got to throw that. Joe Burrow faked it to Boyd on the left. Boyd ran around, deep dig, stopped on a dime, threw it. Chase sold the route. He came slow, turned like he was doing it outright to the sideline, then broke it upfield, turned back around like a comeback. T. Higgins did good too, 7 for 124. He was roasty toasting Xavier. And Chase had total 4 for 81. Boyd had 2 for 47, and Hurts had 3 for 27. Mixon had 24 carries for 61 yards, and there wasn't much more. Burrow had 5 for 6. Same like Chase Edmonds, 1.2 per carry. So what do y'all think about how do the Dolphins move forward from here? What's next for the team? They're now 3-1. They're 3-1. Tua's hurt. Should he play? We're going to have a little bye this week since we had Thursday night games, so we don't play till next week, Sunday. Should he play against the Jets next week? Or should he sit out for a few games and just recuperate? What should happen? What should the NFL do to the Dolphins? What should the NFLPA require the NFL to do to the Dolphins? I'm kind of, first, the Dolphins is my team, but I don't like what I saw. And I feel like some negligent behavior did take place after seeing what I saw. I love for Tua to be in the game, and as we can see by Teddy Bridgewater's play, this is the reason why they faked Tua and hit his head, because this man Teddy he's just trash. At this point, I'm sorry, Teddy. Your career, just stay on the sidelines and look pretty, because I don't know what that hair you got on your head. That don't even look pretty. I'm sorry I'm ragging on you right now. I'm not sorry. I'm just serious. Okay. Oh, I don't even know, because he just make me mad. Put that rookie in, man. Put a little Skylar Thompson in, because it's not exciting watching Teddy out there. It's not. I know he's the vet, savvy vet. He got the experience, but it's not it. He's somebody, I don't want to say it. I hope Coach just put the rookie in, because I would just hope that he get hurt so that Skylar can come in the game. But I don't want him to get hurt. So Coach, just be smart and put the rookie in the game. Please. That'll do it for our post-game report here at Sideline Miami. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Go on Instagram. Go on YouTube. Sideline Miami. Let's go. Meet me at the Sideline Miami. Hey, meet me at the Sideline Miami. Fins up. Stay safe. Be classy. Let's put our prayers up for Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Ningamanu Leopold Tagovailoa. Everybody send your prayers up. I can't stop talking about Tua, man. We're going to be here for the pregame next week. We got a few videos that we're going to drop in the interim since we have so much space. And we'll see if we can build up some viewership here. All right. It's Mr. Javon signing off.